Alright, good afternoon. This is now Unit 9, Section 3, the last worksheet we'll be working on. And we're going to do elimination. Elimination techniques are, I can add both equations. I can use subtraction on equations to eliminate a variable. So those are 1, 2, and the third one is multiply one or both. Okay, one or both. So those are the three things I'm going to take a look at when I'm doing these by elimination. So let's go through and look at all of them, and we're going to do an addition one first. Addition means I want to eliminate one of the variables immediately just by adding the equations together. And notice the equations are always lined up. The x's, the y's, the numbers. X's, y's, numbers. Down here, y's, no x's here, just numbers. So you want to make sure all your variables are lined up before you do elimination. That's the first thing you want to make sure. So over here, number 1, I'm going to add, so there's going to be a big plus sign here. Why am I going to add? Because x is negative and y is positive. So if I add -1 to +1, those eliminate. Add the y's now. 9 minus 5, that gives me 4y. And -5 plus 1 is -4. And right away, we're already down to 4y equal -4. Divide both sides by 4. And y is equal to -1. Okay, very simple. Now we're not done yet because we still have to go back and get x. So I'm going to look at the most easiest equation, either the top one or the bottom one. I'm going to do the bottom one. So bottom one is x minus 5 times -1 equals 1. Okay. So I get x, -5 times -1 is +5. That equals 1, then just take away 5. And x equals 1 minus 5 is -4. Okay, so final answer would look like -4 comma -1. Finally, so this was an addition one. Number 2. Draw my line underneath everything. This is going to be a subtraction because 1y minus 1y gives me 0. Okay, again, 1 minus 1 gives you 0, so the y's are going to eliminate. Okay, next up, 1/4 minus 4. That's -4. And whoop, make sure it's the variables. So -1/4 x. So I have 0 on the left. On the right, I have -1/4 x. And 6 minus 4. Again, 6 minus 4, that's 2. Now I think I have to do is solve this for x. So I'm going to actually move this over there. So I'm going to add 1/4 x to both sides, and this gives me 1/4 x is equal to 2. Okay, again, I just slid that over. And now times by the reciprocals, 4 over 1 times 4 over 1, and x is equal to 8. Now notice I already have this one solved for y. Y is already y equal 4. That's done. So this one makes it very easy. My answer is x is 8, y is 4. So that was an easier one to do. Okay. Let's do, going through here. Let's see, which one do we want to do? Let's do number 7. Number 7 is going to be a combination. -3x and 4x, and it doesn't work. I have to multiply both of them. 2y minus y. Oh, here, if I multiply this by 2, then that gives me -2y, and I have a positive 2y. Then I can just add them when I'm done. So I'm going to multiply that equation by 2. So over here I go -3x plus 2y equal -3. Okay. Now I'm going to multiply this by 2 and write it right underneath. So 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times -y is -2y. And 2 times -1 is -2. Now I'm going to add these together. But notice I had to multiply first by 2. So if I add these directly, those are going to cancel. So now I have negative 3x plus 8x. That gives me 5x. Negative 3 plus negative 2 equals negative 5. Divide both sides by 5 and I get negative 1 is equal to x. Now I just substitute this into either equation. It doesn't matter which one. Let's put it into, how about the top one? Okay. So I have negative 3 times negative 1 plus 2y is equal to negative 3. So negative 3 times negative 1 is 3, plus 2y equals negative 3, minus 3 from both sides. Okay. Again, I'm going to minus 3, and that gives me 2y is equal to negative 6 divided by 2, and I get negative 3 is equal to y. So writing my answer in final form, negative 1 comes first, and then negative 3 comes second. Final answer. Okay. All right, elimination. Let's try another one by elimination. All right, let's do, how about we take this one. Notice x and y are on opposite sides, and here they're on the same side. So I'm going to subtract 2x, and I'm going to get negative 2x plus y is equal to 0. Okay, and then up here I have 6x plus 7y equals 20. Now I'm going to multiply this one by 3. Again, I subtracted 2x on both sides. Then I times by 3, and that will give me negative 6x plus 3y is equal to 0. Now let's see what we have. So here's my original. Original was 6x plus the 7y is equal to 20. And then my new equation is negative 6x plus 3y is equal to 0. Now I'm going to add these because 6 and negative 6 give me 0. And I get 10y is equal to 20. And again, I'm just adding. Okay, and then y would have to be 2 in this case. So if I substitute back up into that equation, that'll be easy. So it's just 2 is equal to 2x divided by 2, and x is equal to 1. Okay. Final answer in good form for this one, 1 comma 2. Okay, 1 comma 2. All right, let's try one more. All right, let's see which one we would like to do. This one would be a nice easy subtract, so I'll give you a hint there. Subtract that one. Number 6, if you multiply by 2, okay, then you can add. Okay, so multiply this equation by 2, then you can add them. Again, you can add because this will be 2x and it'll be negative 2x. Make sure you multiply through by 2 on everything. Let's see, number 7, you don't have a y value, so you have to multiply. Yeah, see, this is a tricky one because you're going to have to multiply the top and bottom by the same number. This is a nice easy subtract one. Okay, because your y's are the same. And here's another subtract, because the y's are the same. So you're going to subtract, another subtract. They're just going to have you subtract a lot here. Okay, this is the only one, number 4, where you won't have to subtract. So it's going to be a little bit different. 4x equals 16. I have 7x plus 4y. I'm going to times this side. Okay, times that by 4. And this one by 7. So this is a double one. So let's see what this looks like. 28x plus 16y is equal to 96. Then on the bottom, I'm going to have 7 times 4 is 28x is equal to 7 times 16. Let me multiply that real quick. 7 times 16. That's 112. Now, what would you do next? Notice these are the same. So again, this is 28, so I'm just going to subtract. Big subtraction sign. 28x minus 20 is 0. So again, you have 16y is equal to 96 minus 112. Let's see what we get there. 96 minus 112 is negative 16. And divide both sides by 16. Y equals negative 1. There you go. Now, if y equals negative 1, look back at your equations. The second one says 4x is equal to 16. So if I divide both sides by 4, I get x is equal to 4. So there's your two answers for this one. 4 written first, followed by negative 1 written second. There you go. So a lot of work on this worksheet, so make sure you follow along carefully. I've given you some hints on how to solve the other one, so go through, do that, double check your work, and with the answer key, and good luck to you.